In this new episode of Rebels, Ezra is having trouble balancing his Jedi training as well as his soldier training with Rex. While the crew get to go on a mission, Ezra and Chopper stay behind to clean the ship. They end up getting wind of another distress signal and they decide to go and help. They both travel to this ship that's been sending the signal to them and ends up getting split up immediately, but Ezra ends up traveling around the ship alone and runs into someone named Onaka, who is messing around with the ship, and Ezra pretends to be Lando just so he can become sort of friends with him and to most likely not give away his true identity. A Star Destroyer ends up shooting at them while Ezra tries to repair the ship so they can end up using the light speed to travel away from the Empire. Onaka ends up smuggling a few crates that have the power cells that Ezra has been looking for and travels to sell them to Osmorgan. But when they end up meeting him, he of course tricks them and tries to use a bounty to sell them out. Chopper ends up helping them break free from the traps and takes out most of Osmaga's henchmen. They engage in a shootout that leads to Onaka almost getting sent out into space, but if it weren't for Ezra's force ability to save him, he wouldn't have been sent out anyway. But they end up getting back to the ship, and Onaka asks Ezra to join him in being a pirate. Ezra, in a way, contemplates being a pirate just a little until he runs to Vizago, who is the owner of the ship. Him and Ezra return to the bridge to confront Onaka, only for Vizago to turn on both of them and activates his droids on the ship to take him out. Ezra ends up shutting him down quickly by using the force to get the activator and begins to go after Chopper. Both Ezra and Chopper are sent back to the planet to return to the ship. By the end, they do get their generators and Ezra realizes that his path is a bit different from a normal Jedi. I like this episode and how we got to go on a different side of the good guys for a change. Being with smugglers and pirates was able to give Ezra a different perspective on things and really find his own way into becoming his own Jedi. Yeah, there were no Inquisitors and not much Empire in this episode, but it was still a very entertaining episode, and I hope they get back to the normal main plot in next week's episode. So that's all for now, and see you next week.